Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double on apostles and elders of Great Stone. Peace and salutation to you, I came and I part across four winds to you. I salute the hopeful elect. This is the brothers I want back at you with another lesson, a quick lesson. And what I want to touch on, briefly, you know, uh, you know, when we go on the battlefield, you can't show, weakness. When we go on the battlefield, you can't show weakness. And I can start off this lesson myself, you know, because you got to be in a position, um, your mind have to be, everyone have to be on one accord, basically. You can't be, on the battlefield and everyone ain't on one accord. Because just like the movie 300, if one man weak, that can fuck up the whole rest of the body. Alright? So, one weak link could fuck up everything. And as well as us when we go on the battlefield, on the highways and edges, that's a battlefield. You can't fucking show weakness. You gotta stand up fucking manfully. You can't let the affairs of this life get you. You gotta be a man in this truth, especially these last days. I don't care what the fuck you're going through. Started me myself. Because these times right now, hey, these if you already now, you already now, uh whatever, you know, position or trials you get now, you don't know how to deal with them now. What about when things really get bad? Alright? But I'm not gonna run long on this, you know what I mean? Because the battle starts within our mind. Once you could conquer that, you could conquer everything else. You know, people always, brothers always say, the biggest enemy in this truly in Esau is yourself. It's yourself. Everything starts within this mind. You know. Alright, the heart is deceitful and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I think it's Jeremiah 17:9. This mind, everything starts within our mind. The battle. If we could conquer that, we could conquer everything else. Alright. But I want to get a couple of precepts. You know what I mean? Because, like I say, you can't show no weakness on the battlefield. That could fuck up everybody else. You know. And times it's going to get worse. And the more times get worse, your mindset shall be, you know what I mean? You have to be strong and courageous in these last days. Alright? You got to be spiritually invested. Alright? You can't let shit get you down. Alright? You got to keep on pushing. Nobody's supposed to see a weakness, you know what I mean, when you on the front line, because they could target the weakness. I'll say, oh, you have a weak fucking link. We can go after the weakest one, and everybody else can fucking grumble. Alright? This is 2 Timothy 2:3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. Endure means to suffer. Alright? It says endure hardness, right? It says to suffer. See that? Evils, hardships, troubles, to be afflicted. You gotta endure the evils, the hardships, be afflicted. Alright? But when you being afflicted, anyone has to know you being afflicted. You know what I mean? Anyone has to know you being afflicted. Because when you're on the battlefield, you gotta have basically the mindset of tunnel vision, and you know what I mean, just heading for your goal. Don't look to the left or the right, you know what I mean, and don't show no emotion. Anybody supposed to know whatever you're dealing with. You know what I mean? Okay, because one man can't see uh he ready for battle, and you on the side of him, and then you fucking you ain't right. That can throw him off in his mind. Like, bro, I like to go to battle with you if you ain't fucking right. You know what I mean? So you gotta have a mindset where, you know what I mean, you don't show no emotion. Alright? It says, verse 4, no man that warred entangling himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who had chosen him to be a soldier. You see that? No man that warred entangling himself with the affairs of this life. And the affairs is your job, your woman, various other things. Alright? We warring a spiritual battle. Our scripture speaks about a warfare. There's a battle. We also know it starts in your mind. Alright? When you go on that battlefield, you ain't supposed to show no emotion. Alright? With the affairs of this life, whatever you do, whatever you going through, you supposed to gird up your loins like a fucking man and take it and just don't show no emotion and just continue going. Alright? I want to look at this word word, right? It says to make military expedition, to lead soldiers to war or to battle. Spoken of a commander. To be on military duty, to be on active service, to be a soldier, to fight. Alright? You see that? To serve in a military campaign, to figuratively to execute the apostolate with its other duties and functions, to contend with carnal inclination, soldier. You see that? To do military, to be on active service. Alright? So when we going out there, we on active service, so we can't let nothing entangle us in this time. Alright? Lord chose us to be soldiers. Alright? And a soldier can't show no fucking, you know, no expression. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be ready at all times. Because if you look at those soldiers, and never get what you call them, what it works over that, you know, I think Gardner King over there in the UK, they fucking just stand in one position for hours. Alright, they ain't showing no fucking expression. You know what I mean? Regardless of what the fuck they dealing with. Some of them is fall out and everything, but guess what? Prior to that, you won't see no fucking expression from them. They straight face. You know, and that's how we supposed to be. When we on that battlefield, we don't show no fucking emotion, babe. You know what I mean? With shit you dealing with, basically. You just gotta be a man. You just gotta be a man. You know what I mean? Be ready to always have a mindset. You know what I mean? Don't have no fear. Be ready to die with honor. You know what I mean? Can't show no weakness on the battlefield, or else. You know what I mean? The enemy spot that he can come look for the weakest link. All right. This battle starts within our mind. You know. Let's see something. Get a little quote. It says, "If you can survive the war that I battle with myself, I can survive anything." It says, "If I can survive the war that I battle with it myself, I can survive anything." So everything starts with our mind. All right. Everything starts with our mind. All right. There's something else I want to get. Right. It says, "You cannot win a war. You cannot win a war outside until you have won the war that you're fighting inside you." All right. Everything starts from your mind. You know what I mean? Everything. You know, when you read you know what I mean, this is a warfare. This is a spiritual battle. Everything starts with your mind. If your mind ain't ready, you know what I mean. How you can win the war? You want to win the war outside, and your mind, you ain't on the same page as sometimes as well as brothers. You gotta have the ready mind to fight these demons, and you know what I mean. If you ain't ready in your mind on the inside, you ain't gonna be ready on the outside. You can crumble. That's just what it is. You know. That's just what it is. So it ain't make sense entangling with the affairs of this life, because it don't make fucking sense. All right. Don't make sense. Excuse my friends, but not really. This is First Peter 1:13. It reads, First Peter 1 and 13, it says, wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahushua Mashiach. You see that? Wherefore gird up the loins of your mind. And it's spiritual. Gird up the loins of your mind, babe. You know what I mean? Don't entangle yourself for the affairs of this life, babe. We ain't that kind of time. You know, put your fucking emotions on the side. Start with me, myself. Alright? This is the ISV version. Therefore prepare your minds for action. Keep a clear head. Set your hope completely on the grace to be given to you when Yahushua the Messiah be revealed. You see that? The BSP, therefore prepare your minds for action. Be sober minded. Set your hope fully on the grace to be given to you at the revelation of Yahushua and Mashiach. You see that? Alright, that's what we're supposed to do. Prepare your minds. You gotta prepare your flicking mind. And you know, it starts within this verse. The before you go out there. Prepare your minds. You know what I mean? You gotta prepare your mind first. Inside here. Then you go out there. Because you have to win this in here first. Alright? Don't entangle yourself with fucking shit. What, you know what I mean? Let it get you down. You know? Let's get an example. Alright? Never show weakness on the battlefield, boy. You know? Let's get an account. And I can end it there. Go into Judas Maccabees and Bacchides. You know? Let's get an example. Now, let me start. First Maccabees 9:1. It says, furthermore, when Demetrius heard the Nicanor and his hosts were slain in battle, he sent Bacchides and Alcimus into the land of Judah the second time, and with them the chief strength of his hosts. Now watch what he's going to do. Alright? Watch what Judah's men is going to say to him when they see, this big army. Who went forth by the way to lead the Galgala and pitched their tents before Masalat, which is in Abala, and after they had won it, they slew much people. Also, the first month of the 152nd year, they encamped before Jerusalem, whence they removed and went to Berea with 20,000 footmen and 2,000 horsemen. Right? Now Judas had pitched his tents in Elsa and 3,000 chosen men with him. Watch this, right? Who seeing the multitude of the other army to be so great were sore afraid. You see that? Were sore afraid, wherefore many conveyed themselves out of the house, insomuch as aboard of them no more than 800 men. Right? When Judas therefore saw that his host slip away, and that the battle pressed upon him, he was sore troubled in mind, and much distressed, for that he had no time to gather them together. Well, watch this, right? Nevertheless, unto them that remained, he said, let us rise. You know what I mean? This is what Judah said, let us rise and go against our enemies, if peradventure we may be able to fight with them. Watch this, right? But they departed him, saying, we shall never be able, let us now save our lives. So they doubted. You know what I mean? They ain't able to fight this army. Let us rather save our lives. Right? And hereafter, never show weakness on the battlefield. And hereafter we will return with our brethren. Say they won't turn with their brethren and fight against them, for we are but a few. Alright, but the Mosai don't deal with numbers. But let's see what Judas said, but then Judah said, Yahweh forbid. He said, hell with that shit, that I should do this thing and flee away from them. If our time be come, let us die manfully for our brethren. Let us not stain our honor. So we ain't fucking backing down. We ain't running. Alright? We ain't give a fuck what they do. Alright? Okay? Say, if our time be come, let us die manfully for our brethren. We can die manfully. We ain't fucking backing back. Alright? We ain't backing back. We ain't showing no weakness. We ain't playing with that shit. So Judas had to let them know, boy. Alright? When you read on in this chapter, Judas, they chased Judas. I think it's in the mountains. I think Judas later died, but he said, but he ain't get, he said, let us not stain our honor. He say, die with having integrity, you know, die having integrity. But nevertheless, the moral of the story is, I mean, don't show no weakness on the battlefield. Don't show no weakness. All right, you know, regardless of whatever you go through, be a fucking man. Starting with me myself. Be a man. You know, because that one weakness could compromise everybody. I could send up bad vibes. You know, I gotta focus on the battle, and I gotta focus on you because you're supposed to be strong, have a mindset to us being on the same page. But I gotta worry about these people, and I gotta worry about you because I don't know if you 100% with me. That's something I thought was spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashai, but Shemakakadas. Shalom, Malakim, Shalom.